What if I told you that a Minecraft movie once had Jack Black playing a pig? Or that the Ender Dragon wasn't just a cameo, but a final boss-level storyline that got wiped off the map? Yeah, this movie was almost way weirder. And honestly, way cooler. There were deleted scenes, cut characters, lost plotlines, hidden cameos, emotional tributes, and even a musical number involving Office Steve. I'm not joking. This is a movie where someone actually said, what if we gave a creeper emotional trauma? And another person said yes. So in this video, I'm breaking down everything that didn't make it into the final cut. The racier Minecraft. According to a report by Matthew Baloney at Puck, Warner Brothers actually toned it down before it hit theaters. An earlier cut was much racier, but was sanitized after test audiences hated that stuff. Honestly, not that shocking. The movie was made by people who thrive on weird. Director Jared Hess, he gave us Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. Both are packed with awkward, offbeat humor that's way more adult than what ended up in Minecraft. One scene did sneak online, though. It shows Jack Black's Steve and Jason Momoa's Garrett falling into, well, a very compromising position while running from piglins. Total slapstick chaos. But apparently, audiences weren't loving it. Cameos. You know those blink and you miss it scenes meant for hardcore fans? Yeah, they filmed one, and then erased it like a creeper in a thunderstorm. Valkyrie, yes, that Valkyrie, had a scene. She even showed up on set. Insiders say she was supposed to appear during the container buying sequence, likely crossing paths with Garrett. But that moment, gone. Cut from the final version without a whisper. No credits, no Easter egg, no post-credits surprise, just vanished. Fans have been sleuthing. Reddit threads are bursting with theories. Some even claim her cameo might still be buried in unreleased behind-the-scenes footage. For now, though, it's just another scene tossed into the cinematic void. And now we need to talk about the cat. Yup, one piece of concept art shows a very mysterious cat, not just sitting there like a background mob. This one feels intentional, stylized, sharp eyes, slightly smug, like it had a role. Maybe it was supposed to be a sidekick, or a recurring gag, or maybe it was just some overachieving concept artist giving us a random tabby with main character energy. We'll never know. There were influencer cameos that never made it. Whole backstories were rewritten. Even action scenes got scrapped. One deleted moment featured Steve in an office job. Yeah, desk, tie, the whole deal. And they even filmed part of a musical number for it. That would have taken the movie in a completely different direction. Some of this cut content has surfaced since release, and it shows just how wild the early versions really were. So, before Warner Brothers played it safe, a Minecraft movie almost leaned into total absurdity. And honestly, that might have been hilarious. The Piglin Robot that never was. This one hurts. Really bad. There was almost a giant Piglin Robot in the movie. I'm not joking. The original idea was a full-on Trojan horse-style mech built to look like piglins. It was supposed to be big, clunky, loud, and slightly broken. A comedy goldmine. Director Jared Hess talked about it in interviews. He said it was one of the funniest sequences they had on the board. I mean, a robot made out of piglins? Marching into a village like it knows what it's doing but clearly doesn't? That's Pixar-level goofy right there. But it got scrapped because they couldn't figure out how to make it work in Minecraft itself. Yeah, they were so committed to making sure everything in the movie could technically be built in-game, they dropped this entire scene. That's the kind of creative pain you don't get over easily. I respect the dedication, but at the same time, somewhere in a storyboard folder sits this glorious, glitchy piglin mech. Probably smiling, probably judging us. Now I'm just waiting for a redstone wizard to make this in the game and post it on YouTube with the title, "I built the scrapped Piglin Robot and it works." Jack Black was almost a pig. Before he was cast as Steve, Jack Black was reportedly considered to play a pig. Just sit with that for a second. The guy who gave us School of Rock, Kung Fu Panda, and Bowser's Peaches Ballad was almost Minecraft bacon. And you know he would have gone full musical with it. Would he have been a wise-cracking pig with a tragic backstory? Maybe a wandering bard pig who sings his own theme songs? Honestly, that sounds amazing, and very Jack Black. Now, I'm glad we got him as Steve. He nailed it. But come on, a philosopher pig voiced by Jack Black? That's the kind of weird I live for. The almost missing tribute to Technoblade. This one isn't funny, it's real, and it nearly didn't happen. If you followed Minecraft on YouTube, you already know who Technoblade was. A legend, a king, a creator who meant so much to so many. His passing hit the community hard. There's a moment in the movie that quietly honors him, a tribute that feels both respectful and deeply personal. But here's the shocking part. That tribute almost wasn't in the movie at all. It wasn't in the original script. The idea came from Sebastian Hansen, the kid who plays Henry. He's a gamer himself, a fan, and clearly someone who understood the weight of Technoblade's legacy. He suggested adding it, and the team listened. Just think about that. A moment that could have been lost. A legacy that could have been skipped. Saved by a kid who knew what mattered. They didn't need to do it, but they did. And now, that tribute is forever part of the Minecraft movie universe. Props to Sebastian. That's not just acting, that's heart. The Lost Ender Dragon plotline. Let's talk about the Ender Dragon, the final boss, the crown jewel of Minecraft's survival arc. And yet, in the early drafts, the Ender Dragon had a much bigger role. We're talking full cinematic climax. Some sources hinted at an entire alternate ending centered around the end portals, the obsidian towers, and a giant, no-holds-barred dragon battle. But somewhere during rewrites, that got trimmed down. What we got instead is still cool, don't get me wrong, but you can tell there were bigger plans once. Concept art reportedly showed a much darker tone during those final scenes, almost like they were going for a Minecraft, the Two Towers vibe. And I get it. Tonal balance is hard when your audience is both 10-year-olds and grown-ups who played this game before YouTube even existed. Still, part of me wants to see that cut. Just a glimpse. Give me the Ender Dragon that makes Steve question his entire journey. That would have hit. Before the script was even finalized, Warner Brothers hired concept artist Peter Sull to sketch out a different version of the film. The result? Pure cinematic chaos, in the best way possible. These weren't just doodles on a napkin. We're talking full-blown, movie poster-worthy concept art. Giant end dimension shots, eerie lighting, an epic dragon curled around obsidian towers. It felt like Lord of the Rings met a redstone-powered fever dream. And it wasn't just for fun. A legit McDonald's commercial actually featured the Ender Dragon egg, not a random creeper toy. The egg. That's not a casual prop. That's a plot device. They were clearly toying with a story about stealing, protecting, or hatching that egg. So why cut it? Too risky? Too dark? Too many purple particles? Maybe they thought the end was just too niche for a first movie. Or maybe they wanted to save the dragon for a sequel, because if you play your dragon card too early, where do you go from there? Whatever the reason, we lost what could have been a visually insane fantasy-style Minecraft film. The Forgotten Files. Every big movie has a folder, usually unnamed. Sometimes it's just called Extras or Archive. The Minecraft movie has one too. Insiders call it the Forgotten Files. These are storyboards, scripts, even half-rendered animations of scenes that didn't survive the final editing phase. Some were too dark, some too silly, some just didn't test well. One scene apparently had a creeper trying to overcome its instinct to explode, joining the heroes on a redemption arc. Another had mobs attending a sort of monster therapy session to work through their blocky trauma. Yes, really. They were weird, they were experimental, and I wish they had made it, because Minecraft has always been about freedom, about trying something insane and laughing when it doesn't work. Maybe someday we'll get a bonus reel, or a spin-off, or even just leaked clips online. But for now, these are the ghosts of a movie that could have been even stranger. If they ever do a sequel, and let's be honest, they probably will, I hope they go back into the vault, dig up those lost ideas, give us the dragon, bring back the cat, maybe even restore Valkyrie's cameo, because the world they almost built? It was massive, mysterious, and a lot more daring than what ended up in theaters. And that's why deleted scenes matter. They don't just show us what was cut, they show us what could have been. So yeah, the Minecraft movie we got? Pretty fun. But the one we almost got? That was pure madness. And I kinda wish we saw it. If you had fun on this deep dive into the weirdest what-ifs, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me which deleted scene you wish had made it into the final cut. And if someone ever builds that Piglin Robot in-game, tag me. See you in the end.